Welcome. I'm Alice Alicia Jones, and you, I'm sure, will notice that I've got glasses on. Um, I had cataract surgery this past Wednesday, 2 days ago. And one thing that I was always so grateful for was the fact that I had perfect monovision. I was able to see distance with one eye and up close with the other. So I never needed reading glasses. Well, as soon as I came home from surgery and tried to read, I recognized that everything was blurry and I didn't know why. And so when I went for my follow up the next day, I discovered that the doctor had taken it upon himself to put a different lens in my left eye. Apparently, my left eye was the one for close up, and instead, he made it for distance. So, as a result, I can't see close up, which is not making me happy. But anyway, uh, not sure what that life lesson is, but here I am. Gonna continue to shoulder on and just be uh, like everything else, just have to deal with it. Today's topic is the healing the root chakra through forgiveness. One of the things that there seems to be a delay in this uh, recording. I'm not exactly sure uh, why, but it feels to me like there's like a fraction of a minute of a delay between what I say and what I do and what I'm seeing on the screen. But the I hope it transfers okay. Uh, I'm not sure, but anyway, the today's discussion will carry over to next week and possibly the third week. This is a presentation that I gave to my Rays of Healing church group, and it was an hour and a half. And all I allotted for it is half an hour. So we're going to start with the description of what a chakra looks like. Every single chakra has the same form. 7 tubules of light bunched together, closer to the spine, smaller, and then as they extend out, they come out into a funnel shape. They're approximately 18 inches, and they're spinning vortexes. They look like miniature tornadoes. Each one of those spinning vortexes has a life of its own. It has the ability to distort. And I'll cover that when I cover the second chakra, because I'll go over one of the distortions that I felt in my life. The healthy chakra, a whole chakra, a healed chakra, stays, and in the case of the root, it exits in 5 places. The other chakras do not. The other chakras from the 2nd to the 6th exit forward and back. But the root will exit side to side, front to back, and also straight down, as if you were sending roots down to the center of the earth. So I don't feel that you will have any trouble visualizing this, But if you're into healing, remember that you can place your hands on the hips, you can place your hands on the front, on the back, or if you sit at the feet, you can place your hands at the feet and still completely affect the root chakra. So just know that uh, that the root chakra is accessible to you through 5 points rather than two, which is the normal. I'm going to. I'd like to cover the emotional and mental components of the root chakra. But before I do that, what I'd like to talk about is what organs, what parts of the body the root chakra covers, and what it has control over. And obviously, root is your foundation, is exactly what keeps you upright. What keeps you upright? Skeleton. What covers the skeleton? Skin. So you've got all the other stuff inside of you, but the skeleton, the skin, and this is so critical. The immune system is covered by the root chakra because the immune system gives you the ability to get through life with great ease or great difficulty, depending upon how the immune system is reacting to you. So just know that the skeleton, the bones, the spine, everything to do, the jaw, the skull, everything to do with the skeleton is covered by the root chakra. The mental capacity of the root chakra, the mental ability, is that it covers your safety and security. It's your survival skills. It's the way that you are able to provide for life necessities, either in a very good manner or a very scarce one. There's many, many people that are walking on this planet that have not a clue how to even make it through to the next day. Think about the fact of, especially now, all the people who have lost their jobs were overnight cut from their source of employment. Think about those who are in war zones. Think about those who are in areas that have been devastated by wildfires or floods or earthquakes. I haven't heard of too many earthquakes recently, but we certainly have heard of wildfires and floods. And to my understanding, that is all part of the cleansing of the earth, of the ascension process that the earth is going through to get us to a place where we will be ready to accept our role in this planet. Okay, so your ability to survive, but even more than that, to thrive and to stand up for yourself is qualities that develop in your root chakra. The emotional components of this is feeling at home on planet Earth. I can't tell you how many clients I've had that basically have said to me, I don't feel this is my home. And I check them energetically, and sure enough, they're from another planet. That's their home base. The most extreme case that I've witnessed was a gal who actually came in from a planet. We are carbon based. She came in from a planet that is plant based. So there's no carbon that on this planet that she's not allergic to. So you can imagine what a tough time she's going through. She just has such a difficult time getting through everything that she sees here. So if you don't feel at home on planet Earth, I can almost guarantee you're not from planet Earth. This is not your home base. The reason that so many star seeds have decided to come here at this time is because of the ascension process. They, my understanding is only the best and the brightest have come in from other planets to, first of all, to witness how the people of planet Earth manage to go through this process, but also to assist with it. So, two very important functions. Um, Another emotional component is feeling emotionally supported on this planet, feeling that your goals, your drives, your achievements will be able to be come to fruition. The things that you value in life, the things that you want to see, how you want to see your life evolve, will come to fruition. That is the a function of the root chakra. Okay, and the physical dysfunctions that you might experience when you're disconnected from your root or your root is giving you problems. You might have chronic lower back pain. My understanding is that there has been more work lost on a general day-to-day environment because of lower back pain than any other ailment. So chronic lower back pain is a very big um, issue. Sciatica, another issue that, and it's interesting because recently I had problems with sciatica. About a month after I fell, I experienced sciatica pain for the first time in my life. And when I looked it up in Louise Hay's, You Can Heal Your Body, the meaning of any kind of pain from sciatica is fear of the future. And yes, can I state that that is uh, an issue in my life? Absolutely. Because I know uh, looking at my life in a 10-year increment, I know that my life is going to drastically change in the next 10 years. Drastically. So I feel that as a human reaction to what I know is coming, I have to be okay with it. I tell others to be okay with it, especially the fear of being alone, because technically you are never alone. Your guides, your angels, the ascended masters, the beings in spirit that love you, your ancestors, they all surround you. They're all there at your beck and call. So there's never a time when you're alone. I tell that to others. I have to pay attention to that myself. So thank you for listening to that. Um, Rectal cancer, rectal tumors, they come from issues with the root chakra. Um, Depression is a root chakra issue, and all immune disorders. It's interesting that the catch all term for when doctors cannot diagnose what your problem is, you're going to probably have one of two issues. You're going to have fibromyalgia or you're going to have chronic fatigue syndrome. And in both cases, this is strictly something that happens when the doctors literally cannot pinpoint. Allopathic medicine is fabulous for emergencies. For chronic, long term diseases, allopathic medicine just isn't there for us because it doesn't treat us as a whole, doesn't treat us as what I call PEMS, the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual components of us. That they're all tied in together, that they all are part of our creation, that they all add to our life. They all are important, not just one isolated, um, oh, you have back pain. Oh, well, did you shovel snow? Did you lift something heavy? Did you kneel down and stand up too fast? Sometimes, yes, that isn't that might be the cause of it. But sometimes chronic lower back pain has issues with the root chakra that are absolutely have nothing to do with these type of happenings. And where can this the last thing I wanted to cover were the diseases too. Besides the physical dysfunctions, the diseases I had already mentioned. One, and that's immune disorders. But along with that is Lyme's and MS, multiple sclerosis, lupus, Crohn's disease. COVID was an immune disorder. And interestingly enough, what's a form of COVID? COVID virus, the common cold. The common cold. I have always felt that when I couldn't express myself or didn't want to express myself with tears, I came down with a cold. I haven't had a cold in, I don't know, 30 years. And then last week, for one day, I had a cold. Just one day. I took a NyQuil to get through the night, and the next morning I woke up and I was fine. So obviously, but it just came on. My nose started running like a sieve. It just came on. So I knew that there was something inside of me that needed to let go that I wasn't letting go. So anyway, let's see, what else? I know that Still's disease, it's where the body attacks every one of the organs. I think ALS is an autoimmune disorder because, again, the organs shut down. I think Alzheimer's is an autoimmune disorder because the organs shut down. Dementia is, they said Alzheimer's is a form of dementia. But I think in dementia, I don't think the organs shut down as critically as they do when you have Alzheimer's. And I think those were the ones that I wanted to bring up. Diabetes, um, there's certain, there is a form of, I guess it's type 1 diabetes that's considered autoimmune disorder. So, and let's just go over some of the distortions in the root chakra. Let's go over why your root chakra might become unstable as you get older. Let's say you are raised in a family that is violent and abusive, verbally, emotionally, physically, sexually. Let's say you heard the words continuously, you're no good. You'll never amount to anything. This is, you're nothing but a loser. Or even, and this can be, this doesn't necessarily stay in lower socioeconomic um, strata. This can be in very, very high functioning, high earnings families. This is why a member of a family member could become an alcoholic, where the others are all strivers, because somehow or other, that family member was never given the right to choose it for himself or herself what it was that she or he wanted to do. That family member was being thrust into a role that they did not feel suited for. Uh, I think I'm not sure that Succession, the movie, the serial that's on TV right now, examines that. But I think there have been some serials in the past that have actually examined that, where one member of a very high functioning family becomes an alcoholic because they cannot tolerate what is being imposed on them. They don't fit in. And they don't know how to break away from the strictures of that family. So you are no good, or some version of that can be devastating to your growth and well being. You'll never measure up. Take that in contrast to, you are kind, you are so beautiful, you are such a lovely, accomplished human being. Sometimes that, if the soul has a specific function it wants to fulfill on this planet, then the soul hopefully chose the right parents to fulfill that function. Mozart was a musical prodigy from the time he was 4, and he had a parent that promoted that, but at his speed. And even though, yes, he might have been playing in front of the courts of Europe by the time he was 8, he was glorified for it. He was never criticized for the way that he somehow or other displeased the court. And the irony was, Beethoven, who had probably equally as much skill as Mozart, was hit so hard by his father on the side of his head that he caused Beethoven to go deaf. And I believe he went deaf in his 20s. But yet, in spite of that, because Beethoven was so familiar with the notes and symphony, he was still able to produce symphonies when he was completely deaf. A remarkable achievement. There's fortunately every once in a while a great movie comes out, and where it shows talent being executed, talent being utilized. I haven't seen it yet, but I know The Brutalist is out. You can rent it for like 1995, and like I said, and he was an architect, and he during I believe the Nazi occupation. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm just remembering bits and pieces of it, but he it's very well done, and it's not only up for Best Picture, but Alan Brody at is it Alan or Adam Brody is up for Best Actor. So very, very pleased to hear that. But if you are supported by your parents, if you are given the right type of nourishment, you will stand to achieve your goals much quicker, much easier, with much more joy in your life. So, some of the other things where the parents could have set a horrible example for you are, and I'm just gonna read these very quickly because we're gonna cover this next time because we're going on half an hour now. A parent may have abandoned you. They have left you in the care of a grandparent, or worse, just abandoned you at a church step, or just walked out of your life and had you fend for yourself. A parent could have elevated you, but in a manner to make you feel bad about everything. They were displacing all the things they didn't achieve. They wanted you to fulfill that dream. It's not fair to you. You have your own achievements, your own goals, your own dreams. They may not have supported you. They may not, maybe when I say support, it can be, to me, educational support is the most important thing, because education is what enables you to then stand on your own 2 feet and support yourself. But if you did not receive the right educational support, you may not have achieved your goals. They might have treated you by teasing you, by mocking anything that you did, anything that you brought forward. And so mocking your dreams, making fun of you. They might have fought incessantly, and they might have been critical of your achievements, whatever they were. It could have been a stick drawing of a family that could have been your first attempt to show mom, dad, and child. But that cut so deeply that you never forgot it. They might have been hypocritical. They might have been one person at home, another person in public. They wanted to be father of the year or mother of the year in the public, but yet at home, they were not that. I think I'm going back, I'm not sure, 40 years. The Joan Crawford's adopted daughter wrote a book called Mommy Dearest, which compared her home life, which she thought was a living hell, to the public face that she put out there. So anyway, okay, I will continue. There's much more to do and much more to say about this. I'm going to read all your comments, but I will see you next week, Friday, at the same time, 1 o'clock. And Last week I couldn't get on. I started at 12:30 to try to get on. I just couldn't. This week I had no trouble at all. I started at 12 to make sure I'd get on, and got on in 3 minutes. So maybe that's why I have this delay in the broadcast. So anyway, I'm gonna have to work that out too, because I can tell that my voice and my actions are slight hesitant second apart. So anyway, God bless you all. If you need a further reading, then you can go to my website, Alicia, ALICJA Jones.com, and you can sign up. It's Acuity is my scheduling platform, and you choose the date and the time and the length of time and the payment that you make. So you can do that. You can buy my book for half price. This is Own Your Power Day by Day, filled with wonderful messages from God, from Spirit, from my angels, archangels, ascended masters. Thank you. Have a great week. Tomorrow is a new month. It's interesting to me that February is the shortest month of the year, but it always feels like the longest. And today is the last day of February. So tomorrow we start a new month, and that's typically associated with the Irish that I happen to love. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next week with a continuation of this same, but we're going to go into clearing. Thank you. Bye-bye.